In this video, we are going to look at weirdest laws that exist around the world, so let's get straight into it. Naming your baby something weird in Denmark. Celebs in Denmark would be screwed since the country has official child naming guidelines. If you want to name your baby something other than the 7,000 approved name, you need to get an approval from the government. Well, I guess sorry not. Apple, Blue Ivy, and I don't even know how to pronounce this, to be honest with you. Chewing gum is illegal in Singapore. It's illegal to sell or possess chewing gum in Singapore. Well, it's all about keeping the streets clean. You see, back in the day, people would carelessly tossing their used gum on the streets, sidewalks, or even on the MRT trains, which caused a big problem for the city. So in an effort to keep the city clean, they banned gum altogether. It is illegal to wear a suit of armor in the British Parliament. Well, yeah, we know you have been dying to try your suit of armor for a visit to the parliament during your next trip to London. Well, you can't do this since there is this ancient law dating back to 1313 that prohibits it. The Brits could revoke the law, but as armor really isn't as fashionable as it was in the Middle Ages, why should they even bother, right? Canadian radio stations must play Canadian artists. Canada is not messing around when it comes to supporting their local talent. Canadian radio stations are required by law to play a certain percentage of Canadian artists. Well, it's all about supporting the local scene. You see, Canada has a wealth of talented musicians, but without support from radio stations, it can be hard for them to get their music heard. So in an effort to promote Canadian talent, they implemented this law. Illegal to name a pig Napoleon in France. Yes, it is illegal to name a pig Napoleon in France. It was believed that giving a name of pig an important name would lead to pride and gluttony among pig farmers, and as a result, the government banned the naming of pigs after people or characters from mythology. Today, the law is still in the books of France, although it is rarely enforced. It is illegal to ride a car while drunk in Scotland. Before you get any crazy ideas and have too much Scottish whiskey, you should know you could get a ticket for drunk car riding. Technically, the full 1872 law mandates people not to be drunk when in charge of a car, horse, carriage, or a steam engine. In case you are wondering, the same law states you cannot have a loaded firearm on you while drunk. We have to admit that's a pretty good rule, right? If a couple registers as married at a hotel in North Carolina, it is considered a legal binding marriage. There is this law in North Carolina that states if a couple registers as married at a hotel, it is considered a legally binding marriage. If a couple presents themselves as married to the public and behaves as if they are married, they may be considered married in the eyes of law. It is recognized in a few other states in the US as well. It's illegal to be shirtless in Barcelona. In an effort to keep the streets of Barcelona free of beachgoers in bikinis and men going shirtless, lawmakers in Spanish town on the Mediterranean banned anyone from being topless or in a swimsuit in public anywhere but the beach or a pool. Fines for walking around naked could cost you up to 260 euros. No shirt, no shoes, and no service. It is illegal to feed pigeons in Venice. With thousands of pigeons descending upon St. Mark's Square and Venice, lured by the tourists readily handing out food in exchange for Instagram-worthy photos, Venice lawmakers officially made it illegal to feed them in 2008. If you are caught feeding pigeons, you could face fines up to 700 euros. Wearing Winnie the Pooh t-shirt in Poland is illegal. The cuddly yellow bear, all stuffed with fluff, does not wear pants. Best to leave your bear attire at home if visiting this Eastern European country just to be safe. It's illegal to build sandcastles in Spain. Spain despises your attempt at making sandcastles so much that you could be fined if caught building one in Spain. Fines vary by location and their discretion. And yes, kids are included too in this. You must walk your dog daily in Rome. Rome's strict laws against animal cruelty include the walking of pet dogs. If an owner does not walk their dog once a day, at minimum, they could be fined $625. The law extends to goldfish as well. Goldfishes are not allowed to be kept in bowls and must instead have a full-sized aquarium. It is illegal to reincarnate without permission in China. Tibetan Buddhist monks are not allowed to reincarnate after they die unless they have been granted permission from the government. We are not sure how they enforce this law, but China is known for having some strict laws. It is illegal to pay with too many coins in Canada. When making a payment that is more than $10, it is illegal to pay with more than a single coin under the Currency Act in Canada. Well, I guess Mr. Beast can't buy a Lamborghini here then, right? Suspiciously holding a salmon in the UK. Home meat and don't make it sus. Parliament's famous Salmon Act of 1986 states that it's illegal to hold a salmon under suspicious circumstances. We all know what you were thinking though. Well, we have to admit these laws were quite weird. Let us know what weird laws your country has in the comment section below, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.